Hi, I thought I was going to make a video about something which I've been thinking about, as it's easier to talk about than to write about, and that is about mental illnesses, how they are often seen as taboo in society, something you should sweep under the carpet and not talk about or acknowledge, that the problem will just go away if you don't acknowledge that it's there. But that's not how it works. And recently, or it was yesterday, my I had an article written about me in the Irish Independent, and then that was posted on Facebook yesterday night, and that led to a lot of my friends and people I knew back in Ireland then found out about my history, about my eating disorder, and what I've gone through these past, or the, yeah, it's been 5 years since I left Ireland. Um, and it's I've always been very anonymous about it. I I didn't want people to know about that I had an eating disorder. I was ashamed about it. I um so it's triggered a lot of things within me now that a lot of people who I know personally have found out about what I've gone through, as well as maybe clicking on my blog, reading a few posts and things like that. Um, and I do find it kind of tough because it's my online diary, my blog. I've kept it a secret. I've kept it. I was very anonymous in the beginning, but it's easier to write when I feel that it's people I don't know, because then it's like I don't think about that it's people, that it's hundreds and thousands of people who read my blog every day. But now when it's people I know who might be clicking on here, it feels a lot weird. But what I was going to talk about was how mental illnesses are taboo, how I'm very open on my blog, what I've been through, how I felt, my suicidal thoughts, my weird behaviors, what I did, how I behaved, and all that. And I've been open about that. But then in my personal life, I'm not so open about it. And that's because society has told me that because I've had anorexia, uh, depression, and all that, I've been told that I should be ashamed about it. I shouldn't talk about it. I shouldn't be open about it. And I mean, it's not like I'm going to go up to people or my friends just be like, hey, I've had anorexia, ha ha ha, kind of. But at the same time, it's not something I should feel ashamed or guilty about because I have recovered. I am healthy. It's not a lot of people that can say that or say that they've overcome such a strong or such a serious mental illness. So I was talking to my sister and she told me that I shouldn't feel ashamed or feel bad about it, that now people who I know personally know about my blog or what I've been through, but instead I should feel proud that I have overcome it, I have recovered, and now I'm healthy. Uh, so I began thinking about kind of how how it is taboo and how it's so strange to think that it's 2015 and still like eating disorders, depression, mental illnesses, they are increasing in society. It's um, and this, I mean, it should be a warning. Governments, healthcare, they should start thinking about why. Why are so many more people developing eating disorders? Why are more people committing suicide? Why are there so many people suffering from depression? It's not enough to just put them on medication and hope for the best. That's not how it works. They need support and proper help. Um, um, I don't really know where I'm going with this post or video. That's how it is for most of my videos. But I think society should realize that just sweeping mental illnesses under the carpet, just put them away in a treatment centre. I mean, centre is what is needed, but better treatment centres, facilities that know how to help someone who's struggling with a certain mental illness. Not just, oh, put them in a psychiatric hospital and hope for the best, because that's not always the best. Um, and people should be open. Like, it shouldn't be weird if someone has had a mental disorder. I think someone's coming into the room, that's why I'm looking, because then I have to film this all again, which kind of sucks. But society, people, we shouldn't feel guilty or ashamed or think we have to hide what we are going through, because mental disorders and illnesses, they're so much more common than we think. They're Everyone has a story. Everyone goes through tough times. Depression, self-harm, suicidal thoughts. I think it's a lot more common than people think it is, as well as eating disorders. They can't always be seen from the outside. When people start losing a lot of weight or gaining extreme amount of weight, it's then it becomes noticeable. And then when people think, oh, you can see they have an eating disorder. But for those who are a normal weight, but still struggle with all the thoughts because it's a mental disorder, the physical, that is a consequence of what is going on in the head. So it's almost worse for those who don't necessarily look like they have an eating disorder, because then they might not get the treatment they need, which isn't fair. It's not right. That's also something society has done, that to be anorexic, you have to be super, super skinny and not eat at all. But anorexia is a mental disorder. Weight loss is a consequence of what is going on in the head and all the thoughts. Just like with those who suffer from binge eating disorder or bulimia, or that and gain extreme amount of weights. I mean, people can be a normal weight, but then they can purge, overeat, restrict, do hours of cardio or exercise every day, and that's all because of what's in their head. And their thoughts is a mental illness which needs help. It needs treatment, and people have to learn that you need to ask for help, get the support you need so that you can recover. And also then, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just felt I needed to talk about it, how mental illnesses shouldn't be a taboo in society anymore. It's 2015. And also now, I mean, as people I know now know about my story, it's kind of tough. I mean, I do have this guilt, this shame inside of me, but I shouldn't feel that way, because what I've been through has made me who I am now. I'm helping others from my experience, and that's life. I went through a tough time, I struggled. It wasn't easy, but here I am today. So yeah, that was all. Yeah, feeling kind of, I have a lot going on in my head right now with everything going on. A lot of things going on in my life right now, so I will see when I will post again.